muted. You're muted.
Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, it doesn't get better than this, yeah. Episode 28 of the Minority Report, yeah. Guys, me and Deji, 2 episodes away from that 30 episode, yeah. Not many TV shows or YouTube shows can actually beat their chest and say, you know what, yeah, we've kept it consistent, like consistent for 30 episodes. We get into that milestone, guys.
100%.
See, today, there ain't gonna be any friendly, tic tacs and, brotherly hugs from, from here today. Today is gonna be a goddamn war. We have Deji Spores, of course. The Tottenham Van Helsing down here with me. The Arsenal Slayer down here with me. We also have the big hitter, also Traps from Manchester United. Yeah, it doesn't get better than this. And we also have my guy also, Oregon Gunner from the Rat Army. Yeah, see, it's gonna be a hot day. Deji Sports, you're welcome to the show, my brother.
Yeah, Tony, thank you. Apologies for the late arrival, but I needed to see what Man City was going to do and what Spurs were going to do today. The last time I saw Oregon Gunner was with my homeboy TJ Warren. And TJ, apologies, I'm looking to be on your show sometime next week. And them guys were quietly confident. Their chests were up. They were wearing the push-up bra. And they were like you, Tony. They felt that this was the year. And they were even feeling offended. When I said, could this be Arsenal's season? Could Arsenal do a Leicester in disguise? Nobody saw that Arsenal would fall short of doing a Leicester in disguise, because when Leicester had this opportunity, Leicester actually won the league. But one thing I can tell you about Arsenal, sorry for the long intro, I clocked who they really were in these last 3 or 4 weeks. And I think it's fair to say, Traps, that Arsenal's nickname moving forward is flatter to deceive. What they do is they pretend that they want success.
Calabria FC.
Yeah, flatter to deceive. Last season, they pretended that they wanted Champions League football. They didn't make it. This season, they pretended that they wanted to win the league, but they didn't want it, bro. Flattering to deceive. And Tony, with all your chest, with all the wonder bras, all the push-up bras that you wore to March, Arsenal's going to win the league, Arsenal's going to do this and that. In the end, let me break it down to you and Oregon Gunner. All you managed to achieve this season is that you literally swap places with Spurs. You literally got Champions League football. Tottenham got Europa League football. I pretty much identical, but we swap places. Now, if that's what you guys are going to be shaking your bum about, like Cisco in the Fong song, then I have to say that both you and Oregon Gunnar and all the other Arsenal cronies in the chat, you all lack ambition. And shame on all of you. Shame on you.
Oh my
Let
God.
me repeat myself. We won 10 London derbies. Broken record. You have no director of football. You have no manager. And your strikers going to your man Traps' club this summer. You have no squad to build around. Richarlison can't shoot a barn with a machine gun.
See, all of this.
You know what? You know what? Yeah.
Spurs are dead food. Dead club.
Easy peasy.
You're gonna have Beyonce
it's easy like that, yeah.
Well, we're recruiting players. You're going to have Beyonce in F1.
Okay.
See,
so
Traps.
Maybe
you know what? Yeah,
we want to talk Leicester City. But the last time I saw Leicester's trophy cabinet, I blew dust in there, but for one. So let's look at the FA Cup. We have more FA Cups than you have titles. You have an Audi Cup. Your best striker's leaving. Your club is a complete shambles. Where's Club United? So,
Reggie,
you
know what? Yeah, you know
about
what?
the
Yeah,
Leicester
traps,
game before.
traps,
No.
traps.
I'm gonna let
I'm
Tony
gonna
take
allow
over,
you.
Reggie. While I go back and reload for more ammo, my brother.
You know what? Yeah, traps. You give us your preamble. Manchester United, give us your preamble. What do you think? What's on your chest?
Hey, do you know what this is, Tony?
Some chip fish and chips. Some chip.
This is big. This is bigger
chips.
fish to fry. This is what this is.
Woo!
This is what this is.
Yeah. Bigger fish to fry.
Okay.
Hey, I want to know where the big fish is, because right now you're not just in the pond looking at tilapia right now.
Tilapia, indeed. All that with all the bones, in it.
My haircut.
Bony fish.
Listen, you lot, yeah. Listen, I just watched the episodes of Minority Report. One touch. You, Kane, chatting so much shit, giving me stick. And I said to you, this is the beauty of YouTube, you know. Everything you said will always be there. I was a fool for not backing Arsenal. I was a fool. Yeah? 50 games. People in the chat saying people have no one with this much points at this point has ever lost the league. People were saying all this extra stuff. These people are gone now. And I have the fish. I have the big fish. I'm eating the big fish. Yeah? To you lot, we got the FA Cup final in June. That's big fish to you lot. Yeah? Because this league ain't for you.
Trap, stop it. You're making me hungry, bro. You're making me hungry. You're making me hungry, my G. I might have to go get some cod and chips after this show, you know, like that.
Straight bigger fish to fry right now.
See, Of course, I'll give my own preamble before Dow does the honors to give us a preamble, you know. See, it's quite simple, yeah. See, Tottenham Hotspur's a shit. They can't even get into the Champions League this season. They don't even have a coach. These guys don't have a coach. A football. They changed coaches this season. See, this is the third coach in one season, yeah? In one season, the third coach. It's my preamble, Deji.
Can I just
preamble? Let me
educate?
No. Let me talk, Deji. It's my preamble. I allowed you to talk during your preamble. Let me talk. Let me speak, my brother. See, yeah? And now you can't even come into the Champions League circle. Yeah? And you know what, yeah? Manchester United, yeah? It's all good and okay. You eating on that chip fish down there, you know, from wherever you are in Manchester, yeah? Fish doesn't resonate in any way with what Arsenal has achieved this season. See, we went head to head with Manchester City, something you don't even know this season. You know nothing about that. Going head to head with the champions of this league, as we all know, yeah? Where are you guys? Yeah, fighting for that top 4 position. And you know what, yeah, Traps, before you talk too much, blah, 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 you should be wary of the red big sharks. You know what, yeah, they just won their matchup against Brentford right now. And you know what, yeah, they're just 1 point. 1 point. 1 point to getting you guys in top 4. I don't see why you're laughing, man. That fish you know what? You've ever eaten, my brother. You know what? Yeah, you know what? See, let me talk. I allowed you to talk during your own preamble. Yeah, so let me speak during my preamble, my brother. Let me talk. And you know what? Yeah, you better be wary of Liverpool. They're coming to take that top 4 position from you. After then, I would see what you would resort to. Only after then. I don't have any other thing to say to you, Traps. You can't challenge for major honors this season.
No.
Mickey Mouse Cup. Even Deji Sports can concur with me that you won a Mickey Mouse Cup. Yes. You won a Mickey Mouse Cup this season. Even Deji Sports understands this.
Yes.
He understands that that's the Mickey Mouse Cup. It's simple like that. You know what? On that note, I will allow the bullet spray, yeah? See, Dow of the infamous Dow, Oregon Guna, please, can you give us your preamble, my brother?
It's just brilliant to see Newcastle above United. You know, because Newcastle's earned it. United just, you know, It's like your men still have McChicken sandwich in midfield because Sermo is about done next season. Another rebuild's going to happen. And you have a Mickey Mouse Cup, but that's better. But I'll give you this, Traps. You have a trophy to show for the season, which Arsenal may not. So in that case, I must admit that.
So it's humble pie time then, right? So it's humble
United's
pie
had a
time.
better
Then.
No,
season.
it's the
Yeah?
Mickey Mouse Cup. It's the Mickey Mouse
You're not
Cup.
going to have
It's the
Champions
Mickey
League
Mouse
football
Cup.
next year with your new manager. If Ten Hag doesn't get you Champions League football next season, then the whole thing's a failure. And Newcastle is in your spot.
Okay, so listen, yeah.
Good. You know what? Yeah. See,
So
we're
Man
gonna have
United and Tottenham, it's just
parliamentary.
like you're the
guys,
Tottenham of the North.
guys,
practically.
we're gonna have parliamentary.
Tottenham of the
We're
North.
gonna have parliamentary system here. Yeah, please, one by one. Deji Spores. Yeah. See, what do you think about everything swirling around Arsenal? You know, faltering in this title chase. What do you have to say? What do you have to say?
I just want to
Get
say
it off your chest.
And I want to get it off my chest, and I want to educate you guys, and I want to educate the audience because I want to give you some stuff that's been happening in English football altogether. So down in the lower leagues, there's a team called Hashtag. They were created in someone's bedroom. Literally a nothing team, went on a 22-game run, and can I say they've been promoted now into the league just below Wrexham for the first time. This is a club that's probably 5 years old, came out of someone's bedroom, and they were able to win the league. When the pressure hit them, they were able to deliver. Then, Oregon Gunnar, though, you know full well that Mr. Deadpool and Rob McEnany took over a club called Wrexham FC, and the job was to win the league. Yeah, win the league, bring it home. And can I say that Wrexham delivered? They finished top, and they will be playing League 2 football. Arsenal, you had a simple task. Since you guys were the record breakers, the longest team to have sat in first position, you've literally sat in top from the first day of the season. And then literally, there's only 7 games left. Just get it over the line, boys. Just get it over the line. And guess what? You fluffed your lines like a Steven Spielberg movie script. So in terms of Arsenal season, one thing that you guys were pumping up your chest about was how good Arteta looked in the Prime documentary, All or Nothing. And I'm delighted to say that at the end of this story, you got nothing. That was it. You got absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Oregon Gunnar, do you want to have a rebuttal on that for about Deji?
Well, yeah, but the thing is with scripts, at least we're in the movie, bro. At least Spielberg wants to direct our movie. You go get some third-rate DVD director every time you guys win a match. And you put DVDs out for mans to go buy down at the corner shop. Well, we're up there challenging for real trophies.
Okay.
So you're not even in the movie, bro. And talk about scripts. Your whole script went up. Remember the show when you told me you guys were going to pipe AC Milan? Oops. Oops.
What happened?
Oops.
What happened?
I guess
Yeah,
there's
can I
no
say
sequel to
something?
that movie, huh?
Can I say
Oops.
something though?
That contract got canceled, yeah? AC
But where is
Milan,
AC
you guys were
where
going
is
to beat
AC
AC
Milan?
Milan and go to a semifinal.
But
What
where's AC
semifinal
Milan?
was that? Audi Cup?
But where's AC Milan?
What movie are you in now?
But
Are we in
Oregon
Deji?
Gunnar,
Are we
where
in
is
Deji
AC
World?
Milan?
Are we in Deji World?
Where is
Are we
AC
in the
Milan
reality?
though?
I'm not. I
Where
don't
is
care about
AC
AC
Milan?
Milan. They still beat you though. It doesn't
No,
matter
where
what
is
they did
AC
after.
Milan?
After they step on
AC
you boys,
Milan is
they
in the
still beat you.
semi-final of the Champions League. Had
Absolutely.
Tottenham beaten
Where you
AC
think you
Milan,
should be. Where
we
you
would be
think you
playing
should be.
semi-final Champions League football this week.
They're in the spot you think you should be. And that was
We would
your
ne-
blah, blah, blah all season long. Champions League, Champions League, Champions League, Deji. Come on now, my brother.
How? My
You've
prediction.
done nothing. You said you were going to beat AC Milan in them 4-0 at your
No,
ground.
but the fact that AC Milan could win the Champions League shows you that we lost to the winners.
Oh. See, okay,
Can
you know what? Yeah,
can I
Traps.
talk? Can I talk?
Yeah. Traps.
Talk now.
Traps. You know
Can I
what?
talk?
Yeah, Traps. You know what? Yeah, Traps. I would allow you to, to speak your mind, get it out your chest, because I know, I've been seeing you doing your little thing on Instagram, yeah, eating fish and chips, talking to us everywhere you go, about Arsenal and how we've bottled the league already. See, get it out your chest. This is the
You know what?
time.
Listen, let me tell you
Let
something.
it
Yeah,
spray.
let me
it
tell you
spray.
something. Yeah, let's take it back 2 months, right? That famous show where I was told I was crazy, and I explained it to you that Arsenal Football Club in my mind, hasn't improved enough to challenge for the title. They will bottle this title in the same fashion they bottled the top 4 last season. And lo and behold, we are here now, and they have bottled it. Let's be clear about it. You lot have bottled it. You lot could have went 16 points clear, 16 points clear of City, and you bottled it. Now you want to sit here. Now you want to sit here and talk about Mickey Mouse Cups. Ignore the fact that we've got another final to play. We've been to Wembley at every opportunity.
You will get beaten in that final. You will get beaten in that final. You will get beaten in that final.
Let me talk. Let me talk, man. Let me talk. Listen. Yeah, so you're sitting here now talking about we push City, and you're back to talking about Spurs. 2 months ago, Spurs were irrelevant. Now you're talking about Audi Cups. Yeah, you lot need to face facts. Yeah, you lot jumped on a bandwagon and rid it till the wheels fell off, and the wheels fell off now, and you're sitting here, yeah, pretending that you could talk to Man United or you could talk to this one. Man United have had a great season. It's a first stage of a rebuild. We're gonna go Wembley 3 times. Win or lose, if we lose to Man City in a final, there's no shame in that. But I'll tell you what, there is shame. There's shame. Drawing with Southampton when you're in a title race. There's shame in that.
What type of weed, man? What type of weed, man?
There's shame in that. And you're talking about this. You're not talking about. Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. Let me finish. Let me finish.
That they probably grow at home. Are you all right?
Let me finish.
In what alternative reality can you bring Manchester United season and compare?
Let me finish.
I'm going for the big fish.
Wait. You're talking. Listen, wait. Can I finish?
Challenging Man City.
You're not going for no big fish. It's done.
You're there winning the Mickey Mouse Cup and going to the FA Cup that you'll be beating anyway.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Because you're gonna say this, and if we do win, because like cup competitions are different from the league, so anything can happen. Like I said, between now and then, anything can happen. But right now, you're hoping that we get beat by Man City in the FA Cup, which has no relevance to what you lot are doing. You're talking about pushing Man City, right? Man City have won this league 99 points, 100 points. When we played them, we lost. When we was second in the league, the last time we finished second, we finished, losing 6 games, the same amount of games as City. It was the draws that killed us. They won the league with 86 points. I put it to you now, no one said we chased them down or we gave them a fight. So if they win this league with 85 points, which I think they're going to win, you lot done worse than us in that season. Yeah? So all this we're challenging is forget that. You man was in pole position for 240.
Yeah,
you was in pole position for 247 days. 247 days.
Lights knocked out.
247. What do you have to play for?
See, man. See. Your lights knocked out. That's just a picture.
Tony. I see you posting. Listen, wait. Tony, wait. Listen. I see you.
See, Traps. You're not even in it. See, Traps. You can't even assure yourself.
Tony, I see you posting. I see you posting. Tony, I see you posting. Talking about Thomas Partey, criticizing Partey. 2 months ago, he was the best DM in the land. So what is going on here? Talk to me, man.
See, in that particular post, I wasn't criticizing Thomas Partey, but see, is it bad if couple of players get a little bit of stick when they don't perform? No, there should be criticism when particular members of the team don't come correct. Yeah, we have to dish out that criticism. So I don't see where you're coming from, man. Thomas Partey for the last 5-6 games, hasn't really been himself. And of course, I blame that
Don't give us that crap, man. We
no,
don't
no,
want
no.
it.
I blame that due to recruitment. You know, that we don't have much squad in depth. Yeah.
Well, I told you that in Jan, but you were shaking your bum over Trossard, and I was telling you about Kivio and all the other cronies that you brought in that it wasn't good enough. But people couldn't see how I was actually trying to help the Arsenal club and the Arsenal faithful. Look, let me tell you what your January transfer window was like, and I explained this to you, and I was disappointed in the assembled and BX and all the other people having a go at me when I was telling you. You had an opportunity to show how serious you are about the league in Jan. You're top of the league, you're 8 points clear or whatever clear you were, and you needed to make a statement of intent. And let me tell you what you did. Instead of taking your missus or your partner on a date to Nando's, you took him on a date to Dixie Fried Chicken. That's what you bloody did. You went to Dixie Fried Chicken when you should have gone to Nando's, you bloody cheapskates, and that's why you are where you are.
Okay, good. You know what? Yeah, it's good for Deji Spores to pump up his chest and talk ill about Arsenal right now. But you know what? Yeah, his team is doing badly. They can't even qualify for the Champions League. No coach wants to go there. See, that team is in disarray. They just pulled off a win in the London Derby today, and even it's against Crystal Palace. The worst of the worst London derbies, you expect them to win, you know, and they scrapped a 1-0 win down there today. And mind you, they can't even qualify for the Champions League. You know what? Yeah, Deji. Okay, good.
Can I answer a comment, and then, but it will also chime in with what you said. So, BX Gunner, I hope you're still here in the chat because I need to deal with you. BX Gunner says Spurs' best was at our worst, and it yielded nothing. Now we're back, and Spurs won't be in the top 6 much longer, especially with other teams with money and direction. First and foremost, I want to tell you this. This season was the last season that there was going to be a top 4. As of next season, the league is going to expand with the money and the direction. I agree with BX.
I agree.
We now should be looking at a top 7 because the big 6 plus Newcastle. And in fact, with the way that European football has gone over the last few years and the amount of money being pumped into the English game, I think it's fair to say that the rest of Europe is feeder clubs to the Prem. So therefore, UEFA should be looking at allowing 7 teams, the top 7 from the Premier League, to be playing Champions League football at least in the next couple of years. Because whether you like it or not, Tony, Newcastle is here to stay, and they are a legitimate superpower. Remember, Eddie Howe has done all of this without spending any money. They can afford to bring in Mbappe if they wanted to, mate. They can afford to do what Chelsea did and more.
Right.
So let's not talk about top 4 anymore. We should be talking about top 7 and putting some respect on top 7 moving forward.
Well, the thing is, Deji, they can't have 7. You can't have 7 teams from one league, right? I mean, you can't overrun the. I mean, I don't know the law. You probably know the rules better than I do when it comes to UEFA laws, but you can't have 7 teams because if you put 7 teams in there, what's there left to fight for? You know, you're almost talking about half the table, right? I mean, can they do that legally? Can you really have one league have that many teams in there?
I think it's been muted that they're going to have at least 6 Prem teams in the Champions League with the new expansion. Okay. I'm saying they should add an extra 1. But, you know, what I'm saying is if they're capable of doing a Super League, they're capable of allowing 7. And the truth of the matter is the Premier League generates the most money in world football. And simply for finance purposes, they could do that. And so what I'm trying to say is that, you know, this big deal about the top 4 doesn't exist anymore. Yeah. We should be talking top 7.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, good. See, Oregon Guna, yeah. Because Traps has been talking hella smack since he came to the show, yeah. And now, the height of the disrespect is taking us to the dry cleaners. Is having a haircut while we're talking. That's the height of the disrespect this guy has on Arsenal. See, the, how can you appraise or disavow the season that Manchester United have put up? He just claimed that they've won a title. Yeah, I don't respect the title. Deji Sports doesn't respect that title. Definitely calls it the Mickey Mouse Cup without times and times, without number. And now they're going against Manchester City. We all know that they're gonna get beaten and get slapped up at Wembley. Traps have been claiming
You
somewhere
don't.
else.
You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't
Traps
know
have
that.
been
You don't
claiming
know that.
somewhere
You don't know
else
that.
that they've
You
gone,
don't know
that they're gonna go, or they will be going to Wembley at least 3 times this season. But see, yeah, infamous Dow, just give a critical appraisal or disavow the season of Manchester United. What do you think? Does the Mickey Mouse Cup matter? Have they gone head to head? Do they have a bigger fish to fry at the end of the season with Manchester City? Just tell us,
Possibly
let
so.
us know.
But Traps would be probably the first to admit, after I've seen him on several other YouTube shows, Traps doesn't want just the Carabao Cup and be good with that. Traps probably thinks the Carabao Cup is the last trophy that he would
Thank
want,
you.
right? So with that said, though, man looks vulnerable because of Newcastle, because of Tottenham, and Liverpool of getting a top 4 spot this season, and so that kind of takes down, the excitement of progressing forward. But at the same time is that they have a new manager that's already got them at 2 cup finals or finals. So, I mean, overall, Tony, as much as I want to lamb blast Man United, I mean, we beat them once this season. They beat us once, so we split it, right? And so
We beat Man City once as well. They beat us once, and you lot have played them 3 times and lost 3 times to them.
right,
So
which is normal. We've lost to them in the last 15 years. Yeah. So my expectation of 2 points that I was going to say earlier is like Deji was saying, we messed up in January. All true Gooners know that January was kind of a flop. It was a real flop. Yeah. If we were United, Chelsea, City, we would have done what needed to be done to get the players in to just push for the title. That was a mistake number 1, right? Mistake number 2 is we had another lull, and a lull at the worst time. City, West Ham, Southampton. We had a collapse, and all the true Gooners know that. But the fact is now that even though we beat a crap Chelsea, we have built momentum going into the game tomorrow. And I know Newcastle are very, very, very good, and they're going to be tough. But I still think that if we play the football that we've been playing all season, we can go up there and get something. And I know the draw's not enough, but I'm not saying we're getting the title.
We're getting slapped up.
The third point I was going to say is that you guys know well, the run-in is always 1, 2 teams, 2 points, 1 point, 2 point, 3 points, 2 point, 1 point. It was never going to be an Arsenal 8-point, gap throughout the rest of the season, right? If any Arsenal fans think we were going to maintain 8 points throughout the rest of the season, you're smoking some crack, man. It's always down to 2 teams, 2 points, 1 point, 3 points. That's what we've seen for the last 8-9 years, right? Except for the 1 year City ran away with it. So for us is naive, which is Deji's pointed out before, to think we were going to just fly through the rest of this season, which he said way before the Liverpool. We were dreaming, and I can see that.
Listen, do you
we
know what?
fell out of
Another
form.
thing,
It's our own fault. It's not Arteta's fault. Sorry, Straps, 1 second. It's not Arteta's fault. Zinchenko got nutmegged by Alexander. It's not Arteta's fault that he had to play Rob Holding. Well, kind of. So, they didn't do the job in January, like Deji said, like all true Gunners have said for months now. We didn't get the job done in January, and here we are, and it came to bite us in the ass in the end. Go for it.
Big up.
Do you know what? Yeah, you see Deji. Yeah, you see Deji. Deji said something. Yeah, he said something. The last show that what he said is he's happy that you lot have got to play Sporting. Yeah, because you lot cussed him about Sporting. Yeah, and then now you lot play Sporting, and obviously Sporting dumped you out the Europa League. I'm going to use the same thing to you, Tony. I'm going to say to you, you remember when we played Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final? You turned around and said, we're going to lose that final. Yeah? So we'll see what you do tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see what you do tomorrow, right? Because you haven't beaten Newcastle this season. Yeah, we have. Yeah, we beat them when it mattered. To be honest, because if we get top 4 and they get top 4, effectively, our game it
for the
doesn't
Mickey
matter.
Mouse
And this is
Cup.
another.
For the
And
Mickey
here's
Mouse
another.
Cup.
No,
Wait.
I
do
and
understand
here's
that.
another thing.
For the
And
Mickey
here's
Mouse
another
Cup.
thing. And here's another thing, yeah. Everyone's talking about Man United not getting into the top 4. If you look at it, if you level the playing field, Man United have got a couple of games in hand. They're still in front of Liverpool. If they win their games in hand, they go above Newcastle. So what is the big hoo-ha about Manchester United when Manchester United have the still in their hands for them to go third, not fourth,
respect to
third.
That. And Traps, can I just add to what you were saying? No, but big up to Oregon Guna, big up to Traps as well, remembering some of the things that I've been saying.
No big ups to me. No big ups to me.
Big up to you, Tony.
But if you're doing it,
I was going to say, can I just remind everyone?
This is the motherfucking tanks I get.
No, you're my guy. You're my guy. But can I remind everyone?
Oh my God.
Arsenal forever, the assembled Craig AFC. Can I remind everyone that there was one person on streams talking about 2 clubs finishing above Arsenal? I talked about Aston Villa. I talked about Newcastle. Point being, I was predicting that those 2 teams were going to have remarkable seasons, and in the end, both Aston Villa and Newcastle are in the top 7. And I just want to kind of build up on the point Traps, my brother, Oregon Guna, was saying about the Arsenal-Newcastle game. Newcastle have been playing some good football. Eddie Howe has got these men doing some crazy things. Joe Linton is probably arguably one of the best midfielders in the Premier League this season. Now, the assembled asks Oregon about Kivior and Holding. I knew it was a disaster once Saliba got injured. I think all of you know. And Holding, Kivior, it doesn't really matter. It's a disaster. They're not good enough to be in the squad. I think Holding actually said he's quite happy to be a squad player. Any player who plays for a big club, if they're telling you they're happy to be on the bench, that already tells you what you need to know about them. That they're crap. Now, Arsenal, there should be no Arsenal fan predicting an Arsenal win at St. James. Have you seen what these men have been doing in the last few games? They are running ahead. This is like the Snowpiercer. The brakes on the train is not working. They are coming through. And I can see Newcastle tearing up Arsenal tomorrow. For me, I got Newcastle. I got a tenner. It's not
like they did to you. Yeah? Like they pour into you. Like they pour into you. Like they pour into you. See, Deji Spurs, we are nothing. We are nothing like Spurs, yeah?
What do you
got
mean?
beaten by Newcastle. You got torn apart. See, yeah, in the first half, you got torn apart by Newcastle. You're not giving me. See, we went into an inquest in episode 27.
You got torn up
in
by Man
episode
City.
27. We went into that. You've not given me a reason why Newcastle tore into you, destroyed you.
You got torn by Man City.
Newcastle. Did you
get torn up by Man City?
Do you know what?
Hold tight. Hold tight, Traps. Can I ask? Big up to the barber there looking after my brother Traps. Can I ask the barber real quick? Can the barber just confirm? Did Arsenal get torn up by Man City? True or false?
Hey, Sam. Listen, yeah.
Sam.
See Arsenal, yeah. When they played Man City, did they get torn up? Of course. Tony, this is your Nigerian brother, you know. This is your Nigerian brother right here.
It's a Nigerian brother. Shout out to that Nigerian brother.
This is your Nigerian brother here telling you the truth.
Shout out to that brother, man. But brother, man, why are you dissing Arsenal, bro?
This is United,
man. Dissing Arsenal, bro.
Yeah, don't worry about him.
Allowing all this little Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur fans make a good laugh out of Arsenal. You know what, yeah? See, Deji.
Chelsea.
See, Deji, yeah. It's good when you're drumming the support for Newcastle United, yeah. But I find it. I find your story and your narrative I find flaws in it, flaws and gaps in it. Do you know why? Because Tottenham Hotspurs have turned to be part of the traditional top four, top five, at least for the past 4 or 5 seasons. Yeah, and look at you here drumming support for Newcastle United. How have the angels fallen, Deji? How
Yeah, let me
bad
explain.
can it get? No, Deji, listen to me.
Please.
Deji, listen to me. I listened to you when you were speaking. How far from grace can you get to that in a season that you predicted that Arsenal was going to come 8th and 10th, that you, Deji Spores, can't even speak of you being in the traditional top five this season.
Okay,
Liverpool that had one of the worst seasons in the past 3, 4 seasons are ahead of
I
you
can answer this.
in points. And
Yeah,
they might literally be going to the Champions League. And
Can I
you
answer
are
this?
not even in the position to even negotiate your way for Champions League football this season.
Can I-
Deji, that's how far from
Yeah,
grace you've
that's
gotten.
fine.
And
Can I
Deji,
answer this?
and for the past 5, 6, 7 minutes, you've been drumming support for Newcastle United. I find it ironic. How
Yeah.
far from grace have you guys gotten this
Okay.
season? And
But-
then you see Arsenal second, yeah, from presumably the best team that we do know in Europe this
Don't
season.
say that.
They have
Don't say
Haaland, yeah. They have Haaland scoring
Don't
goals.
say
They have
that.
Kevin De Bruyne causing
say
hams everywhere, yeah. And we're going head to head with this robust. And yet you cannot give us the props
Tony,
that we went ahead to actually challenge
Tony,
for this title. See,
Tony,
it's a
that
big
little
it's a
rant
big
there.
fish that we were trying to fry this season.
That
So
little
I don't
rant.
see why you guys that can't even get into the top four this season or have a questionable approach.
Can I just
towards
answer
it.
this?
I'm talking of traps who also have a questionable
Oregon,
Champions League
Let me
qualification
answer that
this
real quick.
season.
So,
I
Tony,
don't see why you guys
Tony-
are talking over Arsenal. this
Tony,
season.
you know full well that I love you like a brother. I really appreciate you. I appreciate the things that you're doing on this show. But I have to say that statement from you moments ago was an absolute disgrace. You are absolutely shameless. Shameless in how you approach things. Shameless in how you construct your arguments. Shameless in your delivery of your punchlines. And let me explain why. Arsenal,
Please.
it's fair to say I've heard from Arsenal fans, and including Oregon Gooner, that you guys are happy for the first time with the board. You're actually happy with what's going on off the field as well as on the field. Liverpool, nobody is complaining about really what's going on off the field. The only thing we know is that Liverpool is up for sale. Manchester United, I guess, is the closest thing, but there is, they want to sell the club, but on field, no one has got any beef. Now, Tottenham is the only team in that bracket where you can genuinely see that the problem off the field is affecting the team on the field. And if you want to ignore that fact, then you are an absolute disgrace. And it means that
TJ Warren, talk to them from the charts. TJ Warren.
In front of you,
Talk
you would
to them,
shake
TJ.
your bum like a stripper. That's what you're basically telling me.
And just first, no one was happy. Who said I was happy with anything? I am.
Who said we were
off.
happy?
Hey, just quickly.
Argument
Sorry to
is
interject.
flawed.
I'm not happy. I'm happy
It's
that
completely
we
flawed.
played
You're not happy with your board.
football, but I'm not happy that this is coming to a tragic car crash ending, possibly because we couldn't beat West Ham and Southampton when we were up 2-0.
But that's because of
no one's happy, Deji.
no, but that's
happy
because of football. That's because of football. That's not because of the stuff around you. That's because your team just couldn't get over the line.
No, I'm pissed off at Edu, and that's around me because Edu didn't get the job done in January.
I don't know.
If we got
They
the players
have been
in
watching the
January,
back of the
if we
TV
got
set.
Caicedo in, if we got Declan Rice in, if
Yeah,
we
but
got
is Arteta okay?
we possibly would be in better position.
Is Arteta at risk of losing his job?
Yes.
How? What are you talking about? Really?
Because at the end of the day, if it's such a What do you mean? Because it's such a bottle job, as you guys keep saying.
It is a bottle job.
Well, then why
But
would
he's
you
not
keep
at
him?
risk of losing his job.
I never
Hey,
wanted him
listen,
in
it's
the
not a
first place.
bottle job by
why do you
Arsenal
think so?
standards. It's not by Arsenal standards.
Not
As long as
enough.
he
By
gets top
my
four,
standards,
as
it
long as he
is.
gets top
By
four,
my
he ain't
standards,
getting
I
sacked.
waited 19 years for a title, Traps. That's the problem. You guys are getting me and other people in this chat confused with the top gooners. They'll be kissing Arteta's ass long after he's left the club just because he got us an FA Cup.
Yeah,
No
I
one's
heard
happy,
that.
bro. No
And it's
one's happy.
refreshing. It's refreshing to hear an Arsenal fan have a little bit of ambition for his club. Do you get what I'm saying? But what I'm
I've been
trying to
saying this
say,
for 4 years on Lee Gunner's channel. I've been
what
saying
I'm
this on
trying,
AFTV for years.
but what I'm
It's
trying to
not
say,
good enough.
what I'm trying to say, Tottenham is the
JC,
only
your
club
argument
this
is
season.
already
Quickly,
flawed. It's already
Tottenham
flawed.
is the only
Your
club.
punchline,
But you know that the
rest.
problems off
Everything
the field
you've
is
just
affecting
said
the
out
players
the
on
window.
the
It's like,
field.
see, Deji,
No.
your speech right now.
I don't
It's
see
just
what you
see,
mean
yeah.
by
It's just like
field.
it's just like a script from Annabelle. Did you ever watch Annabelle? Yeah, that horror movie. Yeah,
It's got it on DVD.
it's like your whole argument. Yeah, you accuse me of being flawed in my own argument,
Bro, you're
punchlines and
fully flawed.
delivery. But you know what? Yeah, your statement is just like a script.
It's
out
not a
of
script, bro.
page
We're the only
from
ones
Annabelle, that
with
horror
trouble
movie.
off field
See, Deji
that is
Sports.
affecting the
You
players
can't make
on
Champions
field.
League football.
So much
You're in
so that
disarray.
the director
You're in
of
disarray.
football
No coach
has
wants to come
Arsenal,
to
has
Tottenham
Edu
Hotspur.
apologized to the Arsenal fans for January.
Deji Sports.
No.
coach wants to
Exactly.
come to
So
your
that
football
means
club.
he don't think anything's wrong. We've had
Deji,
Daniel Levy
that's the
apologize
problem.
to the first fans.
no top level coach wants to come to Tottenham Hotspur. Would you agree with that argument, Deji Sports? That no legitimate coach wants to come to your football club. And you know what, yet, Deji? And you know what, yet, Deji? Since you're here opening can of worms, now by all means, let's start opening the can of worms. You know what, yeah, guys, yeah? For the past 6 months, Deji has been dancing with his bum everywhere, telling everyone who cares to listen about Antonio Conte.
Yeah.
This guy single-handedly, Deji Sports single-handedly has misinformed Tottenham Hotspur fans.
That what?
Deji has ran, see, yeah, this guy, yeah, Deji Sports is a legend in his own right, but he has ran one of the most audacious and damaging campaign against a legitimate coach, Antonio Conte, who's won titles by all means, yeah.
You know what? I'm glad you're doing
He's won
this.
the Premiership. He's won the Scudetto. He's won the Premiership. He's legitimately won,
Watch me smash this.
lots of trophies for
Traps,
big
wait for
teams
this,
all
man,
around the
bro.
world. But this guy from Tottenham Hotspurs, yeah, this guy who was
Even the
criticized
assembled will
as a
back me
football
on my
club
reply.
has been running a campaign all through the season about Antonio Conte, how bad this coach is, how useless this coach is, and how it should leave Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
Yeah.
Deji, will you, on your own show, issue out an apology to Antonio Conte for running this type of distasteful and embarrassing campaign against Antonio Conte? I'll give you the chance. I'll give you the opportunity to just apologize to the Tottenham Hotspur fans that you've misled. You've misled them. Because after Antonio Conte left the football club, well, you can see your football club. They're in shambles. And they
Let me tell you that I am not taking back any statement. I even said on this show, it was on this show that I coined Deji at the wheel, that I was happy to do the Spurs job free of charge. And let me explain why. I've been telling you that Conte, I can tell you this though, Conte would have turned Chelsea around. If Conte was at Chelsea, they would not be struggling the way that they're struggling. But if you don't give Conte a war chest to go to war, then he can't perform. And I knew that. And that's why I wanted him out of the job. Let me tell you, I've been calling for a back four all season. And I can confirm that Ryan Mason watches the Minority Report. I kid you not, Ryan Mason. Because today against Crystal Palace, Ryan Mason went to a back four. People were trolling me about Emerson Royale. I said the issue with Emerson Royale is not that he's not a good player, but we're playing him in the wrong position. Emerson Royale can't play in a 5, but he can play in a 4. He had Emerson Royale in the back 4, and he took out Eric Dyer, and we did not concede. Surprise, surprise. I've been calling for this the whole bloody season. And let me give you another indicator as to why Conte is crap. A manager is supposed to look at a player and determine the best position for that player. Oregon Gunnar, when Joe Linton was playing striker for Newcastle, was he good?
No.
Trapsboomin, was Joe Linton good when he was playing striker for Newcastle?
No, he was no good. He was no good. He was no good. He was no good.
However, Eddie Howe moved him to midfield, and we're singing a new song, aren't we? So why is it that Conte was playing people at a position, and I told you this. Today, we did a bog standard 4-4-2. And we managed to beat Crystal Palace with a 4-4-2. That's why.
Don't speak as if you don't speak as if you crushed Crystal Palace. Just 1-0, man.
You don't have to be a rocket scientist.
Don't talk as if you blasted Crystal Palace.
No, Tony, don't even try it, yeah, because you're picking up Liverpool.
It was 1-0, yeah,
at home, and now you're changing your tune.
No, it's giving a speech as if you crushed Crystal Palace. It was just 1-0.
Tottenham would slap you up with that team we put out against Crystal Palace.
Oh, you mean the Tottenham Hotspur team I beat home and away?
I'm telling you now, the starting lineup we had against. Yeah, but under Conte. But that was under Conte.
I've got it to his head. I've got
under
it to
Ryan
his
Mason,
head mentally.
Let me tell you now, under Ryan Mason, we beat Arsenal.
Oh my God!
Under Ryan Mason, we beat Arsenal.
This is laughable.
Oregon
Gunnar, what do you have to say before we go to Traps?
Ryan Mason couldn't manage his way out of a wet paper sack, and you beat Crystal Palace 1-0, and Deji's on a high. Cloud 9 for Deji.
Oh my God.
Guys,
just clap for this guy. Clap, guys. Clap for this legend, Deji.
I don't know how is it a ridiculous statement?
So
Ryan Mason is deploying the right system. If we was to play Arsenal now, it would be a myth for you. Did you see how we played Liverpool? Did you see how we played Liverpool?
No, because I had other things to watch. So the thing, I had real football to watch. I had to watch MLS. So
Liverpool sports. Even Deji didn't watch that match. Come on, man.
Okay,
Deji did watch that match. He went to work. He didn't watch that match.
I want to go back to Newcastle because Newcastle is what's in front of us, right? We can go back and talk about last week. We beat Chelsea, which we know are crap, but I want to highlight the point like I highlighted in the American Idiot show yesterday. Shout out my man TJ, American Idiot Show.
TJ Warren, great guy. Guys, go and subscribe to TJ Warren. Great human being. He's going to be here tomorrow to chop it up with me and Steve Mahala tomorrow. The American Idiot himself, TJ Warren, is coming here tomorrow.
Why is he chopping up
against Newcastle?
Can I ask you, why is he chopping up with you when you get beat?
He's a gooner, and I love the brother.
But you're going to get beat. So what's the point here?
Dude, that's the thing I was going to say. I don't think we're going to get beat tomorrow.
TJ Warren will be here with us tomorrow. There's big noise coming in from Trapsboomin.
So what I was thinking is Tony, is with Newcastle is we know they're good, they're defensive, but we have as we all know, Arsenal players, we have to be on our game to perform. We didn't perform against Southampton, West Ham. So we had our big wins at the beginning of the season. We had our low. We had our 6-7 wins in a row. We've had our low, and here we are on the trajectory again. I'm not saying we're going to grab the title at the end of the season, but I am saying if we are on our game tomorrow, if we are mistake-free and can move the ball precisely with passing and movement like we've done all season, we will win tomorrow. And I almost said draw. Tomorrow. I almost said draw because I know their defense is good, and I know Joe Linton's a reformed player. However, am very scared of our defense with Kiwi or Holding possibly back
Maybe
there.
or Holding is a joke.
I know Isak is looking amazing. I know it's going to be a tough game. So, but that's what I mean. If our offensive game is going and Saka can get it going, Dan Burn, no chance.
Can I just
No
follow
chance.
on?
Fabian Schiff, no chance. If
I
we
just
play
wanna say-
Toussaint up front or Gabriel Jesus, and they're on top of their game tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, they will roast that Newcastle defense.
Can I just
Good.
say,
See,
big up to
guys in
this
the charts, yeah, guys in the charts, please put up your predictions for the matchup tomorrow. Do you think Arsenal is going to win? And if Arsenal is going to win, what's your scoreline prediction, guys? Yeah, TJ Warren. Yeah, Deji, I'm coming, please. Yeah. If you're down here, please go and subscribe to TJ Warren TV. See, yeah, he'll be coming down here tomorrow for the matchup against Newcastle United. Me, him, and Steve Mahala will be here together. Endsman TV, go and subscribe to that guy. Good guy. The Assembled is also here. Oregon Guna in the chats. See, yeah, Miss Melina was in the chats. Jamino, great guy too. Guys, he was in the chats, yeah. See, Deji Sports, you want to say something? Talk.
Yeah, this is going to be my final point. I mean, the Assembled says that, Deji, your eyes are lying to you. And I have to say that I think your eyes are lying to you. And, one thing I love about TJ Warren, big up to my brother from across the pond, is that he's a realist. He's as real as they come, him and Oregon Guna. And TJ said in the chat he predicts 3-1 Newcastle, to be fair. I've predicted 4-1, and I'm about to stick a tenner on it for a Newcastle win. And I'll tell you why. Because if I see Holding in the starting lineup, I know that Holding can't hold a plastic bag.
Right.
And on that note, I'm done for the evening.
Guys, Deji.
Right. So listen,
you, yeah. Traps.
Listen, yeah.
That was a real quiet ending.
I know you want to say. I know you want to slag Arsenal off. You want to, talk trash about Arsenal. I get it. But you know what? Yeah, you're not challenging for honors this season. I'm talking of the big fish.
We
you
are.
can cry about.
We are challenging for honors.
No problem. But you're not.
We are challenging. Listen,
we are. Of course, that's what I said. That's what I said for the Mickey Mouse Cup, which is understandable.
I don't know how you can call it.
I clap for you.
How
You're going for the Mickey Mouse Cup. But this season, I'm going head to head with Manchester City. See, till the end. That's how good it is.
Not to the end.
This season.
Not
for
to
me
the end.
on that front.
Not to the end. Not to the end.
Okay, good, no problem. Yeah, but I'm the one challenging for the honors. I'm the one going to
but you're talking about challenging for. Listen, you're talking about challenging for the honors, right? Let me
Traps.
You're just trying to slag. You're just trying to slag off Manchester United season, yeah. That's what you're trying to do. But here's the thing: you can sit there, yeah. With you know what? You may as well get your Arsenal T-shirt out, yeah, and get behind the boys, yeah. Because you want to know something, yeah. Your team has won the most FA Cups. And now you're calling it FA Cup. You're calling these cups.
No, I'm talking of the Carabao Cup because you've been dancing and shaking your bum on Instagram.
No. Listen. The Carabao Cup is done and dusted. The Carabao Cup,
the Mickey Mouse Cup.
The Carabao Cup.
Don't take it seriously.
Listen, the Carabao.
Is it a trophy? Yes, it's a trophy. There's no problem. What's the Mickey Mouse Cup?
Let me talk.
But you know what? Yeah, this FA Cup that you're talking everywhere that you're gonna win. Man City's gonna beat you to that title. And you know what? Yeah,
don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You don't need to worry about that. You're the big fish gang. Remember, you don't need to worry about that. Yeah. Here's the thing. Yeah. Here's the thing. If you don't win tomorrow, yeah, whatever you were challenging for, whatever you're fighting for, is done. Yeah, done and dusted. Yeah. We still have a final, yeah? We are finalists in every domestic competition this season, regardless of what. Yes, the Carabao Cup isn't the greatest cup, but at the end of the day, it's the first trophy on offer. When Man City go and win it every season, no one slags the cup off. But we go and win it, now it's the Mickey Mouse Cup. I'll take that. And you know what? As long as the boys go to Wembley and give it their best, because we know we can beat them because we've done it already this season. If we beat them, there'll be more egg on your faces. But here's the thing, yeah? You see with this Arteta stuff, I said now, look, Arteta's had his season. Yes, all right. You could say you're challenging for thinking, even if they win the league with 85 points, which when they've been pushed to 99 and the hundreds and that. I'm happy to sit back now and wait till next season, yeah, to judge Arteta. Let Arteta have his moment, because I know, yeah, from this point, you see your high point under Arteta, that was 2 months ago. It's all downhill from here. All downhill.
That's why I said I don't mind if he leaves, Traps. I mean, what can we do with the Diego Simeone? What could we do with the Carlo Ancelotti, Luis Enrique, Thomas Tuchel in Arsenal? That's the point that myself, Lee Gunner, Jez, shout out Jez and Gunner. That's what we've been saying from day one. It's like, why did Ancelotti go to Everton and we got dickhead Arteta? It makes no sense. It's like, Arteta had us 20th in the league at one point, while Deji's men were top of the league. That alone, he should have gone.
Yeah,
we'll
soon be closing the show. Deji should be leaving in 5 minutes, guys, and we have to close the show. Traps, please, just a quick one, yeah? Just a quick one. A quick rough question to you. If Manchester United wins the FA Cup and wins the Carabao Cup this season that they've already done, yeah? And lose out to Liverpool for that last Champions League spot, would you say that's a successful season for you? Quick one, please, before we go.
I would say for Eric Ten Hag to come here in under 9 months and achieve what Liverpool done, yeah, in their quadruple chasing season, I don't think anyone could argue with that. I think that's as long as I feel that him winning the 2 domestic trophies on offer gives him time. But next season he has to do better. But to me personally, as it stands right now, I don't think we're bottling no top 4, because a month ago, the top 4 hopes was in danger. But people just want to do it because there's nothing else. They're done with the whole Arsenal Man City vibe. That's done now. So what do we turn to now? We turn to the top 4 fight, and when that gets done, we turn to the relegation fight. So you just enjoy second place and thinking that your team is going up in the world. Yeah, and doing stuff that you think that like they're doing great stuff. And I'm going to be at Wembley, yeah, watching my team in a derby, the first ever derby in the FA Cup, history being made, whilst you lot sit there talking about, Saliba. Well, if we had Saliba, we would have won the league.
Okay, good. He just wants to laugh off Arsenal. See, Deji Sports, I'll throw that same question to you, because I know we want to leave the show right now. Deji Sports, you've heard him. If Manchester United wins the FA Cup and they've already won the Carabao Cup this season and they lose out of the Champions League, is that a successful season for you, Deji Sports?
I think given the circumstances, you remember, they remember this is the same squad that got slapped up by Brentford at the beginning of the season. So actually to come away with 2 trophies at the end of the season and just missing out on Champions League football wouldn't be a disaster. I think Eric Ten Hag, having won the 2 trophies, will have enough credit in the bank to warrant him starting the new season and seeing what he does. And that's one thing I like about Manchester United, and I think Eric Ten Hag and what Liverpool have done with Klopp. If a manager has put enough credit in the bank, then they should be allowed to use their credit. I would even go as far as to say that some clubs should allow some managers to go down. Why is Leeds bringing in Sam Allardyce when you got rid of Bielsa? It doesn't make sense. Why are you getting rid of Brendan Rodgers?
They just
To me, if they got credit in the bank, give them respect. It's not a bad season. 2 trophies and a Europa League that can give you Champions League football is not a disaster. I think Man United fans will take that, because it's been a minute. It's been a while that we've seen United win something.
Wait, we have to leave. Deji, the star of the show would soon leave, and I want to leave.
No, let Trap say, bro. Let Trap say his thing.
Listen, you see Deji's talking about this credit in the bank, yeah? let me just tell you this now, yeah. See Arteta. Arteta is in Ladbrokes right now, or down to his last tenner. Yeah, down to his last £10. Yeah, if he loses that, his belt is bust. Yeah, done.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Guys,
That's funny. That tenner's
see,
going to get us
Infamous
$100
Dow.
million Declan Rice.
See, a quick one, Infamous Dow. What's your prediction for that matchup tomorrow? Newcastle goes against Arsenal. What's your position on that matchup? Please, a quick one.
Who,
Talking to
me?
me or Jackie?
Yeah. Infamous Dow. You, yeah.
Oh, me. My prediction for tomorrow. I'm going to be positive and say 3-2. I hope we nick one at the end. It's going to be tough, but I think hopefully it's probably going to be a shootout. I don't think that we're going to defend well. Isak or Colin Wilson is going to probably bag a goal or two. But I think that if we are on our game and we play the style of football that we've been playing, that's been winning us games, we can eat that defense up, and I think we can put 2 or 3 past them. So I'm going to go 3-2. I'm going to stay optimistic. We ride the Chelsea wave of optimism. I know Chelsea are shit, and we've already talked about that all season. But if we're on our game, I think that we can pretty much beat anybody. So I'm thinking 3-2.
3-2. See, Traps, quick one, very quick one before we go to Deji to close the show for us. See, Traps, Newcastle, Arsenal goes to St. James Park. What's your prediction for that match? A quick one, please.
My prediction is, yeah, the game will start. Arsenal will start lightning pace as they do. Yeah, they'll go 2-0 up and bottle it. Yeah, completely bottle it and lose 3-2. Just like they've been doing. Yeah, just like they've been doing. That's what's gonna happen. Yeah, heritage. You're gonna go there 2-0 up and bottle it. Yeah, Saka, Dan Burn in the pocket.
Great, guys. Trapsboomin in the flesh. See, Deji Sports, close the show for us. Give us your predictions for that matchup tomorrow. Arsenal goes to very St. James Park. What do you think?
Yeah, bro. I hate to break it to you. I think I'm gonna have to agree with TJ. I mean, 4-1 might be a stretch, but I think Newcastle. I think we end this debate of where the ifs and buts. It ends tomorrow, because if Arsenal if you lose to Newcastle, it's over, isn't it? And I think we squash all that, and really what we're doing is we're lining ourselves up for next week's show, which will be titled "What Could Have Been." I really genuinely believe that. So for me, I don't think Arsenal have a hope in hell of getting even a point at Newcastle tomorrow. Newcastle, St. James's Park will be rocking. Kevin Trippier whipping in balls on the free kicks. It'll be interesting to see. I've got Isak in my fantasy Premier League for this weekend, but it'll be interesting to see what Isak or Callum Wilson, who starts between the two of them. And look, I'm going to enjoy the game. I've got my popcorn ready, the drinks are ready, and I'm also getting ready to upload a number of TikToks in relation to this game. So I've got Newcastle.
I need to sign off on that. I require an NDA. before I clip anything.
See you guys. On that note, we've come to the end of this lovely show. What a show today. See you guys in the chat here. Deji Sports runs a good Instagram page. He also has his own channel. From next season, he will start working on that channel, and I want you guys to be part of that channel also. So please, you guys should please go down there and subscribe to Deji Sports on YouTube, Deji Sports on Twitter, and Deji Sports on Instagram. Lots of work and dedication going on down there. Traps, please, can you shout out your channel, please, and shout out where people can find you?
Yeah, just look for me on Instagram, Trapsboomin on Instagram. You'll see me on there with these reels where I talk about stuff that people believe that are not true. Tony. Yeah, and obviously we're on JSJ TV. So you can find us there as well. I don't really do Twitter because I don't understand it. I'm a bit old for that. But yeah, man, I'm about. I've been taking a break. I'm going on holiday on Monday. But when I come back next week, yeah, I'm ready.
You're ready, right? Okay. See, infamous Dow, my
I'm
big
ready.
friend Dow, please shout out where people can find you, please, my brother.
You can follow me on YouTube at Oregon Goon and TJ Warren TV, The American Idiots Show, and also on
Mm,
Instagram at infamous_Dow. You can find me floating around on Arsenal chats here on YouTube with Lee Gunner. Shout out Jez, Arsenal History and More. I'm on there quite a
mm.
bit as well. Shout out Connor, CMO Editing. And yeah, shout out you, Tony, Traps, Deji. Thanks, guys, for having me
Thanks,
on.
man.
Traps, it's been real. I've seen you quite a bit.
Pick up, pick up
Big up,
Oregon,
man.
man.
And Deji, you know how I
Yeah, yeah.
feel. I kept one word out of my vocabulary today for Deji. I didn't know if you noticed or not, but it's the word delusional. You weren't very delusional. You were speaking facts today, Deji.
Yeah.
And
They
we
see it,
agree on a
guys.
lot
Deji,
more.
see
We
it,
agree on a
guys.
lot more than we
Deji is
disagree
a
on,
real
bro.
legend.
Real
Deji
legend.
is a real legend. See it, guys, because I've been blessed to know Deji even outside of YouTube. This guy is one of the real ones out there, yeah. One of the realest ones out there. As he is down here, it's not how he is in real life. In real life, he's a cozy person, yeah. Great guy to have a chat with, great guy to talk to, and Deji Sports, man. I feel grateful to actually
Thank you.
know you, man. And and
Appreciate
and
you.
we're about making history, getting to episode 30 very soon. Deji Sports, please shout out your channel, shout out yourself because you have to big up yourself. You're a legend down here already, yeah. And just tell
Yeah, no,
people where they
thank
can
you.
find you, my brother.
Across the pond, me and you, mate, on the next show. But no, for real, thank you guys. Oregon Gooner, it's a pleasure to be with you, and I'm looking forward to jumping with you and TJ on the American Idiot show hopefully next week. Perhaps we got to just do something where we just chop these guys up real quick. And Tony, you've been a brother from the start. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You know the love is real. Yeah, Deji Spurs. I will be coming out with no touches next week on the One Touch channel. That will just be a Spurs focus. I'll be having special guests from Tottenham Hotspur. But then there's a number of things that are going to be coming. We're coming to the end of the season, but Tony is right. We are looking at plans behind the scenes. So thank you and stay tuned. But, for my Arsenal friends in the chat, you lot tried, you know what I mean? And so, shit. You know what I mean? Assemble, chin up, bro. You know what I mean? Across the pond, just keep your chin up. Do you get me? There's always next season. There's always next season, guys.
Next season, we're going to finish 7th again.
Yeah. I'm done.
See ya.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the chat. Love.
Yeah. On that note, to come to the end of the show, thank you everyone for coming to the show. Assembled across the pond. Everyone that came to the show today, Jamio, Miss Melina, everyone, yeah. Thank you for coming to the show. Oregon Guna, Deji Sports Traps. We sign out. Big ups.